Thank you very much. It's such a pleasure seeing very young people who are really passionate about their future. Everyone that is part of the Ultimate Vibrant Rectors Group, I am sure that you are in for success in 2025. And I'm really delighted to share. Okay, I've started. I don't know if you can hear me. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Okay. Can you hear me now? I think nobody is hearing me. Can anybody hear me now? Okay, thank you very much. It's such a great pleasure to be part of this great year opening. And I'm very positive that all of you that are part of this program are set to succeed. I'm really delighted and privileged to be part of this great program where I am seeing very young people who are passionate and are hungry to see that they take responsibility about their future. You see, anyone who must succeed must be someone who is intentional about his or her own future and is deliberate to define their future by the choices they are willing to make today. And I'm positive that 2025 is going to be a great and amazing year. For me as a person, I have goals that I want to crush in 2025. And I'm really positive that a lot of realtors are out there looking forward to what they will do and how they will go about their 2025. And I'm really positive that all of you would succeed and would accomplish your goal in 2025. If you're with me, you can just put out that fire, shout, a clap. Let me see that you're following. Are we together? Yes, I can see a lot of people excited about this year 2025. But let me begin by telling you that 2025 is going to be a tough year. But only those who have resolved that they are going to succeed irrespective of how tough it seems or how it will be. A lot of people are afraid of failing. A lot of people are afraid to see that 2025 is a success for them. But because of the uncertainty, because of the inability to know the future, a lot of people are afraid to face their tomorrow. But one thing is certain, whether you like it or not, tomorrow would still face you by the eye and challenge you. But the question is, the goals you have, all of us are ambitious. And let me tell you the truth, a lot of people are ambitious about what they want to accomplish in 2025. But the greatest question you must answer, and not just be able to answer, but you must be able to tell yourself that you are willing to succeed irrespective of what happens to you, irrespective of what comes across your way, you're willing to succeed. I am going to share with you my personal stories of how I've been able to succeed in the midst of difficult circumstances. When I start my trajectory of real estate in 2018, it was a difficult year. It was the year that Nigeria has declared inflation, and for the first time in many years, it was a difficult period. Just getting out of the university, I started my real estate, and I was scared about the uncertainty that lies ahead of me. But one thing within my mind, and one of the things I told myself is that I have resolved that I was going to succeed. And if you must crush in your goal in 2025, the first thing you must put at the back of your mind is that you're determined to succeed against all odds. You must be able to stand up this year and have a positive mindset about your future. A lot of people fail because their mindset has limited them already before the year begins. But one of the things you must do, and you must begin to tell yourself, is that this year I'm going to have the right mindset about what it means to succeed. And I'm resolved, and I'm going to do whatever it takes for me to succeed. Now, anybody who has succeeded in his or her own endeavor are people who have seen opportunity for failure as opportunity to succeed. Because as a realtor, Many people will tell you no. Many people will give you excuses. Many people will give you objections as to why they cannot buy that property. But let me tell you, your ability to be able to convince them and tell them beyond all odds why the real estate opportunity you're placing before them, it's a better option. And let me tell you the truth, you are playing in an industry that would help you to be able to scale above inflation and even devaluation of Naira. Yes, a lot of people may not know all it takes to succeed in real estate. But as an expert in 2025, who is a realtor, you don't have to know all that it takes to succeed, but that you've made a resolve and you're telling yourself that you're willing to succeed irrespective of the limitation that you may be experiencing at the moment, or irrespective of the limitation that Nigeria may be facing at the moment. Because your ability to know what to do and how to succeed for yourself is what will give you the strategic advantage you need to succeed. Because certainly of a truth, life would challenge your dream. And irrespective of what your dream is, I want you to tell yourself that you're willing to think big as far as 2025 is concerned. If you think small, then you will achieve small results. But if you dare to think big and you're willing to put in everything it takes for you to succeed, then you will be able to succeed. This is one thing that I have seen. For any realtor who would succeed in 2025, that realtor must be able to tell himself that I'm going to succeed above all odds. So that when others are saying, people are failing, people are not buying property, you will be the one saying, for me, I am selling. And with my goals and target, I'm going to make sure that I achieve my highest potential. Let me tell you the truth. The greatest limitation you have is the limitation that resides in your mind. And if you must break out of your limitation, village people will not stop you. The inability of you having the right network will not stop you. The question I want you to answer, are you willing to learn all that you need to learn in order for you to succeed? It is time for you to begin to ask yourself, what are those things that I need in order for me to be able to accomplish my goal in 2025? You need to begin to define what are those things, what are the possible scenarios that can make you fail. You can put in, number one, you don't have the right network. You don't have the right relationship. You don't have the right properties. You don't have the right set of mentorship. After outlining all of these things that you feel are limitation to you achieving your highest potential, the next thing you begin to do is, what must I do to solve those things? For example, if you say you need a relationship, you need contact of people who can purchase property, the question is, where can you get those people? What do you need to do in order for you to meet these people? Who are the people that are achieving such results that you need to partner with or have relationship with so that you can learn from? You need to humble yourself and keep out your pride. A lot of people, pride has been the thing that has stopped them from learning. They don't want to humble themselves. They don't want to learn from those who have understood what it means to succeed. And if you must succeed, you must put in your pride on the ground and tell yourself that I'm willing to do whatever it takes for me to succeed. And that is the first thing you need to define. Those things that could possibly be limitation. Don't sit down and be ignorant and tell yourself that, no, I know everything and therefore I'm going to succeed. No, it will not work like that. If you must succeed, then you must be able to define what are those things that can be a limitation to my growth this year. You need to begin to define those things one after the other and tell yourself that you've made a resolve, you're willing to succeed, and these are the things that are likely going to limit you. And when you've been able to identify these things, you create a pattern and a plan for your personal development and personal growth. A lot of us are into the real estate industry, but we don't understand how it works. We don't understand persuasion. We don't understand how to make friends. We don't understand how to be able to discuss with people. We are not good listeners. We don't listen to people. Because the greatest advantage you have as a realtor in order for you to be able to sell real estate effectively is your ability to, first of all, listen to your client. Understand what are their needs. What is it that the client is looking for? Is he looking for a good investment opportunity? And as the expert, as the realtor, you need to ask yourself, what benefit does product A have different from product B? What advantage does product B have more than product A and B? Your ability to understand all of these things, to be able to understand what are their locations, what are their potentials of growth, is what will give you a strategic advantage. Your ability to be able to know what are the benefits of buying property in A, B, C, D. Your ability to be able to understand what has real estate done in certain areas. These are tools you need to equip yourself for the future. Any person who has not planned to succeed is automatically planning to fail. And a lot of people have carried their life in that order. And that is why they would keep repeating New Year strategies and New Year ambitions and goals, and they don't end up achieving their goal. I've been able to succeed at a very early stage because I've been able to define what my goal is and what I truly want to accomplish in life. And you need to begin to define that. If your dream is not too big to challenge you to improve and be better, then that dream is not good for you. If your dream of accomplishing greatness has not challenged you to leave your status quo, your comfort area, your place of mediocrity, then you are not willing to go far in life. And the people I am seeing here who are really hungry to succeed are people who are really passionate about their future, and they are telling themselves, I'm going to work hard in 2025 to achieve my goal. And the first thing you will need to do is to develop yourself. The greatest form of investment you need is investment on yourself. You get books you read, you listen to YouTube videos, you follow those people who through patience and faith have been able to obtain the prize. All of us that have been able to succeed presently now in Abuja, Michelle Homes have over 45 estates with 5 subsidiaries, both in Nigeria and outside of this country. What is it that we've been able to do that has positioned us as thought leaders in the real estate industry? It is because we've chosen to define our future, and we have a vision that we've put right before us, and we are following it deliberately. We keep learning, we keep growing. We may not be where we want to be, but we've put down plans in which we are deliberate, and we are telling ourselves, this is where we need to go, and we must develop ourselves for the future. The question I want you to be able to answer: how well are you prepared for the 2025 before you? Have you been able to define your future well and tell yourself, this is what I want to pursue? And the moment you define those things, the first thing is to invest in your future. Let me tell you, the level of preparedness that you have today is what will tell about your future. So at the end of 2025, whatever result you see is how well you've prepared at the beginning of the year and through the year. The result you got in 2024 is the sum total of your capacity in terms of knowledge and what you know. So if you want to make billions of naira and millions of naira in 2025, the question is, are you willing to pay the price for the future ahead of you? It's not going to be easy. And a lot of us as Nigerians, we've liked that method of somebody coming to pray for us and say you will succeed, and we quickly shout amen. But we are not willing to put in the diligence, the commitment it takes for us to grow. My Bible tells me, have you seen a man diligent in his work? He shall stand before kings and not mere men. We were told of Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, who devoted themselves to learning. And for every king that came to Babylon, he needs them because of the volume of knowledge. And the Bible says they learned by books. They were people who devoted themselves to learning science and literature that gave them a strategic advantage of why they should succeed. And you must tell yourself that I'm willing to pay the price for the future ahead of me. If your future is not expensive enough, then what you would prepare to attain that goal would be cheap. Talk is cheap. And that is why a lot of people have planned their life around cheap things. But if you know how far you are going and how big your future is, then you must be deliberate about it. And I am certain that after this program, a lot of you would come to testify that the reason why I have succeeded, it is because I have chosen to define the path for my future. And if you do that, you would be happy that at the end of the day, you are now successful. Let me tell you, success is attracted by what you've become. And you must first of all become a millionaire and a billionaire in your mind first for you to be able to attract that level of wealth. So it is Think and Grow Rich. For those of you who have read that book, you've been able to understand that first of all, if you must become rich and wealthy, the first thing you need to do is to work on your mind. The mind is the think tank of everything you initiate and you are able to produce out of your life. It is like what you sow is what you will reap. Now I am asking you a question. What have you sown in your life that deserve the level of result you are anticipating or you're willing to have? If you've sown nothing, don't expect anything in return. But if you've invested so much in your life, then you should expect so much. The next thing you need to plan after getting knowledge and the skill, how do I apply those skills strategically in order for me to get result? You have to be smart about your approach. It is not all about how hard you've worked. It is not all about how well and strategic and the amount of energy you have. You need to sharpen your sword in order for you to be ready for battle. I see a lot of people getting ready for 2025. But when I check how sharp their sword is, I notice that their sword is blunt. How do you expect to cut something swiftly when the edge of your knife is blunt? It's like trying to use an axe that is blunt in order for you to cut wood. You will need a lot of energy to keep hitting hard. And before you realize you've not done so much, you are tired and exhausted. So why do you choose to be exhausted? Because you are not prepared for the future. So you keep doing things again and again, expecting to get different result. You will not get any different result, but rather the best you can do is to get the best of what you've done last year. But if you must define your future, then you must begin to know that you have to invest in yourself and you have to be smart about it. And the best way to be smart about it is to have the ability to sharpen your sword. Get prepared. Be intentional about it. Any friend or relationship or persons around your life that are not motivating your goal and are not going in the direction you are going, they are not your friends. Any team of people, it could be friends, it could be association, that are not pushing you, that are not motivating you, that are not inspiring you. They are people you need to leave out of your cycle. Because let me tell you, tell me about your friends. Tell me where they are going, and I will tell you where you would end up being. If you have friends as millionaires, you begin to think like a millionaire. If you have poor people who have poverty mindset, you will remain like them. A lot of people build their life around mediocrity. People who don't have goals for their life. People don't even know where they are going. And because of this reason, they've not attained anything in their life. And you cannot attain anything in your life if you've not chosen your cycle well. If you've not chosen your habits well. And there are habits of highly successful people. Read about it. What do successful people do when they are running business? How diligent are they about their work? How knowledgeable are they? Have you determined and tell yourself that I'm willing to become a real estate expert? Not by mouth, but by knowledge. And not just by knowledge, but by wisdom. Because there is none of my clients that I'm not willing to add value to him. You must choose to become a person of value. That when you are selling real estate, you're not telling people about a product for them to buy. Today, there are many products, in my own opinion, that are more than iPhone. But there is a value that iPhone brings that all of these phones does not bring. And you must be able to tell yourself that you want to become a person of value. You must be intentional about adding value to your own life so that you create value by telling people about what you do. You must become an expert as far as real estate is concerned. When I started my growth in real estate, the first thing I told myself is that I'm not going to be just a realtor that only sells property, but I'm going to be a realtor that delivers substantial value, that no one person I'm selling property to that I will not lead him to a very good investment. And after a while, when he recoup his investment, he will come back and tell me, thank you. Where will you advise me to get my next property? And our business of real estate is highly dependent on referral. So if you're able to deliver so much value to another, he will bring all his cycles to you. He will bring substantial referral to you. And you must be deliberate to tell yourself, I'm not going to lead anyone into making a bad investment this year. You must become valuable for yourself. You must be able to believe that you have so much value, that you are selling property to people. They are not doing you a favor by buying property, but rather you are doing them a favor by selling property to them. These are the kind of mindset you need to develop. These are the kind of initiative you need to build on yourself. That when you talk with people, they know that this person knows exactly what he's doing. You may be doing real estate with other things, but how deliberate are you about what you're doing? How knowledgeable are you? I see a lot of people who are looking for employment here and there. But the truth is that they are not employable. They are not even competent. Would you stop looking for a job and tell yourself, I'm going to build myself such that when I come out with value, people will look for me to employ me. People will pay me for my services. This should be your personal aspiration. Don't follow sycophants who will tell you we will be great in 2025, but there is nothing tangible in place. And you must be willing to define a path and have a strategic plan and a strategy for your life. Your life must be able to be defined by timeline. You can't just keep running anyhow. What is your weekly target? What is your monthly target? What is it that you must accomplish before the first quarter of this year? And at the end of every month, you sit down to evaluate yourself. What have I done right? What is it I have not done right? What do I need to do in order for me to improve? How do I strategically position myself for the future ahead of me? I'm not able to fulfill my plan for week 1. What must I do to fulfill my week for week 2 and even supersede what I have not been able to do? These are habits of intentional people who have defined and predicted their future. And you can be able to predict your future. You don't live your life to chance by what Nigerian government is doing. You don't live your life to chance by the number of clients who have told you they are not willing to buy property from you. You're not living your life to chance by telling yourself that if things don't go well with people, so it will not go well with me. But you've resolved and you've told yourself, let everybody feel I am part of the people who must succeed. And you must take your future in your hands because it is your destiny. Don't leave it to people. It is your life. And when you have money, it is your money, it's not their money. Don't follow people who just want to clap for you when you are nobody. Don't follow to impress people. Be intentional about your financial life. Rather than spend the money, invest it in what will add value to your life. I remember for myself when I started making money, the first thing I told myself is that I'm willing to invest in my future. And I did not prioritize spending money and making people feel that I have succeeded. My goal was to invest in my today so that my tomorrow will be better. I have done that deliberately. I have invested. I don't spend. And let me tell you the truth. Your behavior of how well you manage your time tells on how well you are spending your future or investing in your future. When you invest your time well, you are investing in your future. When you waste your time, you are wasting your future. And an adage says time is money. So when you waste your time, you're eventually wasting your future. Why are you destroying your future by your own hands? Because your choices today will define your future tomorrow. Delay gratification. Delay your exposure. Keep investing downward because you have a plan to go far in life. But if you choose to impress people now and not invest in your future, you will cry tomorrow. A lot of people have had opportunity that now you have. Some have not utilized it and they've cried about it. Will you be one in many years? You will tell yourself, I had this opportunity, but I've wasted it. Wisdom will demand that you don't learn from your own experience, but you prepare in order for you to learn from other people who have failed. So be intentional about your future. Define it and put in timeline and tell yourself, within this period, I want to accomplish this. Within this period, I want to do this. And if you've been able to succeed in that area, you will realize that your future is good. The next thing you must do is that you must be able to have mentors you are willing to follow. Those who know the road. Those who have succeeded in this pattern. Those people who have done well in this area. How well are you willing to follow in their footpath and make sure that you learn from them? If you see anybody who has chosen to learn all that they need to become, you realize that they are good in what they do. Have mentors. Have people you can go and discuss your challenges with. Because sometimes you may not be able to evaluate your success by yourself. Get people who are succeeding in it. Humble yourself and learn before them. Submit yourself. Follow them diligently. Whatever result you see in their life, you can have it. Define your life by building good mentors and having good mentors ahead of you. The last thing I would say strategically, and I want to tell you, in order for you to succeed in 2025, you must be innovative and creative in your approach. A lot of people keep doing the same thing again and again, and they expect different results. But where is the place of creativity? Where is the place of innovation? Where is the place of process improvement? You must tell yourself that if you've done something last year, you're willing to do something better this year. That you are creative in your approach. You're willing to improve in what you've done last year. A lot of us, we are too comfortable with the successes we've attended. But how can you go far like that? You cannot. You must be somebody who is innovative. Because life is changing. Things are evolving. How do I use social media as a tool? How do I use technology? How do I leverage on AI? These are things that are available to you to succeed. But how well have you utilized them? How well have you plugged in to be able to learn new things? New and imagined approach of how things are done in real estate. How have you been able to understand what it means to sell real estate in the 21st century? These are things we keep learning every day, because the best that you know yesterday can be obsolete and can be irrelevant. What are the paths you must follow? And as a real estate person, you must be someone who is looking for value, who is willing to improve on that level of value, and is willing to do more than ordinary in order for him to be able to deliver value. Innovation in relationship. How well have you been able to build relationship with people who are ahead of you, people who have capacity to buy that product? So you must be intentional about your ability to be innovative and creative. Creativity and innovation in 21st century is what will bat out real success. Forget anything you are doing last year. You have to find a better way of doing it today. You must tell yourself that you are intentional about things you must create. For us, what we do in real estate, we are not satisfied of how well we've been able to satisfy our client in 2024. How can we do it better? What are the things we must do in order for us to service our clients better? And we begin to find out. It's highly dependent on your geographical location. Things that work within the local environment. You are able to find out And you're able to tell yourself, this is how I would plan my life. This is how well I'm willing to invest in this level of creativity. And I guarantee you, if you've chosen to follow that path, then 2025 is your own. Because 2025 is here to reward those who are diligent, those who are excellent. You tell yourself, I have an excellent spirit. I'm going to do it to the best of my ability. I have done it very well last year, but I want to do it better than I have done it last year. And you must be intentional about it. You must be an excellent person. You cannot continue to remain poor. Poverty is not in your lineage. Don't tell yourself that all of us in our village, we are poor. You are not poor, and you cannot be poor. Let me tell you, if you choose to be excellent, if you choose to be creative, if you choose to be a person of value, wealth will chase away that poverty back to your village. Whatever you desire and you want to have, write it down. Tell yourself, this is what I want to do in 2025. Be intentional about it. Keep remaining focused. And you must be a person of discipline. Discipline is what keeps you, even when you have a reason to rise and do buga. Discipline is what tells you that there is a place you need to go and you have a vision. How many people have seen themselves traveling from Abuja to Lagos, and they get to Lokoja and they said, I have arrived. And they are comfortable with Lokoja, not knowing that the journey is far. So you must remain focused and disciplined. Even if you've achieved your result in Lokoja, even if you found what you are looking for in Lokoja, you must know that Lagos is the destination. And that is the kind of person you must be. Let me tell you, whatever you have not yet become, you cannot attract to your life, and you cannot become that thing. A lot of people want to become rich and wealthy, but they have not yet become wealthy and rich in their mind. Let me tell you what poverty is. Poverty is the state of the mind. It is who you are, not what the society defines you to be. And the moment your mind becomes rich, you will realize that wealth, productivity, and excellence forms part of your life. You cannot continue to give excuses about everything. You are giving excuses of why you failed. Other people are telling you the testimony of what they've done to succeed. You cannot always be a person who is always giving excuses of why you cannot succeed. Why not begin to tell yourself reasons why you would succeed? The day you learn to accept excuses of your failure, that day you've accepted that you are a failure. And that is what you must tell yourself. You cannot define yourself by being poor and a failure. But the only way to truly define it is when you stand out strong, tall, and confident. That as far as your vision is concerned, you're willing to remain focused and disciplined throughout the year. Stand strong and do not be afraid. Fear not. A lot of us are afraid of the uncertain. Do you know that your future is even afraid of you? But you stand here and you are afraid of your future. For what reason? Why will you be afraid of your future? Stay confident. Stay positive. Motivate yourself. Appreciate yourself. Reward yourself. And tell yourself, it does not matter where I am today. It is where I'm going that matters. And when you remain focused and remain disciplined, the sky would be your limit. And you will succeed. Whatever you lay your hands to do, it will succeed. With God on your side, you are more than conqueror. Put God first in whatever you do. Be somebody who is intentional about involving God. We are truly in an era where the world is evil. If you put God first in your life, you seek him earnestly, then there's nothing he can't give you. And there is no height you cannot go. But when you are lazy, you are a mediocre, and you still say God should help you to succeed, God will be the one to still flog you back to poverty. God is not the kind of person that celebrates failure and mediocrity. And you have to be intentional about it in every area of your life. Don't sit down and say you just want to succeed in real estate. Another area of your life, you are nonchalant about it. Your health. You have to be deliberate about every area of your life and invest well to make sure that you succeed. Let failure not be an option. You must tell yourself that you've resolved that you want to succeed, and that is the only option that you have. And success will come. Be diligent in your work. Stay focused. Don't allow yourself to be distracted. Today you are an agent. Tomorrow you are selling water. Tomorrow you are finding out new businesses here. You are doing too many things. And at the end of the day, you are not doing anything. You are getting 5 naira from this place. Sit down and look at the cost benefit. If I stay on this real estate, if I remain focused on this thing, won't my life change? Won't your life change? But you are chasing so many things. You are here today, you are here there, you are doing this today, you are doing that. You will not succeed like that. Sit down and define your path this year. Tell yourself, I'm not going to do too many things. Yes, I'm going to succeed in real estate. And when I succeed in real estate, this is my next goal. This is what I want to pursue. Stay on track. Get people who are in your industry. Make friendship with them. Get informed about trends, about what is happening in the industry. What are they saying about success in this area? How has property appreciated in this area? What must I do to sell property in this area? And you define your future. You target your future. You have an aim, and you know that you're willing to remain focused. And if you do this, you will succeed. I want to tell you that you will become a billionaire. Not because of anything, but if you put these things into practice, happy are you. Because your friends would envy you. Those things you're envying people for, they will be the one envying you. And they will come back and ask you, what have you done to succeed? And you will tell them, I was at this event at the beginning of this year, and my life has changed. And you will become that thing. There is no two ways about success. Success has one secret. And the secret, and that is why people call it secret of success, is found in your ignorance. It's a secret because you're not knowledgeable about it. But the day you know, you deliver yourself from poverty. You deliver yourself from lack. You deliver yourself from that which has been limiting you all this while. Go out and succeed in 2025. I wish you well. I wish that at the end of 2025, you will put it as a testimony that I was part of this program and my life has not changed. It has given me a direction. It has given me a sense of purpose. It has given me a sense of perspective that this is the path I should follow, and there's no turning back about it. You would stand and tell yourself, my 2025 cannot remain the same. This is the worst year I would ever have. The worst year is 2024, and the best year is right ahead of me. You have to be positive on yourself. Write the vision, make it plain. Every morning you wake up, you tell yourself, this is what I want to become. And you are intentional about your pursuit. There is nothing you cannot achieve. Don't be lazy. Don't follow lazy people. Tell yourself, 2025 is my year of victory. And when you remain on course, it will be your year of victory, certainly. Thank you very much, and God bless you. I want to entertain questions. If you have questions that you would want to ask, I will be really glad to answer your question. Thank you very much. Thank you for the opportunity. Hussaini, it's my pleasure to be here. Thank you very much. Thank you. Yes. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. For me, one thing that can keep you motivated as far as success is concerned is if you have, first and foremost, a personal desire to succeed. A lot of people don't have a personal desire to succeed. They just want to succeed because others are succeeding or because they don't want to be poor. I don't believe it's a good reason why you should even succeed. The greatest reason why you want to be succeed is first and foremost because you want to make impact. And you cannot make impact in poverty, and you cannot be an idle person and you say you want to make impact. The second thing you must do is you must get people around you who will keep you motivated. People who are succeeding in this thing. For me, I want to find out who are the people growing in this area. I will not give them 1 kilometer distance. I will always be intentional of remaining close to them. And you have to be intentional about the people in your cycle. If the people in your cycle are people who always discourage you, let us sleep, let's go and do this one tomorrow, they will not motivate you. Get 3 friends who are passionate about growing in real estate. Stay close to them, partner with them. Go and meet the CEO. Tell him that you want to be intentional about this thing. Every week you tell yourself you must meet him 3 times, or somebody close. Tell them you want to be intentional. I've seen a lady who was in the university. She was still an undergraduate in Lagos there. She kept calling us in Michelle Homes. I want to know this thing, I want to know this thing. And I know the level of sales this lady has made and the level of money she had. She kept following us on social media. Anytime we speak, she is interested. She was always asking questions. You must get associated with people who are intentional about succeeding. People who are passionate. Come and meet this company. If you're a freelancer, tell them you want to work closely with this organization. You want a full-time job. Let them not even pay you. It's not about the money. It's about the skill. And you cannot come and remain in this organization and not be motivated. I've seen people who come to Michelle Homes and say they want to be external marketers. But today they come, the next time you see them is until after 1 week or after 1 month. And like that, before they realize that the fire is off. You have to be intentional. You have to get people in the industry who will motivate you, who are goal-driven. When they are organizing program, when they are organizing inspection, go there. Find out who are the people that are intentional. Find out who are the people that are hungry to succeed. I've never seen a salesperson who is not hungry to sell. I've never seen a salesperson who is not hungry to want to make more money. And these are some of the burning desire. Have very big ambition. If you don't have big ambition, of course, when your desire is to get 50,000 every month, and you get 50,000, you are comfortable, you are relaxed. But if the best you've gotten last year is ₦1 million in a month, and you tell yourself, this month, I want to get 2.5 million naira, you will work hard to make sure you get this 2.5 million naira. You have to be ambitious. You have to be ambitious. That will drive you. If you don't have anything that wakes you up in the morning and drives you crazy and drives you to make sure that you achieve your goal, then you don't have a vision enough. You don't have a dream. And dare to think big. Do not be afraid to think big. And don't be afraid to fail. But when you fail, be willing to learn. And a lot of people get discouraged when they try something little and it didn't give result. But you must be intentional to tell yourself, even if it failed, I would do it again. You will keep doing it again until you succeed. And when you start succeeding, the sky would be your limit. When I started real estate, for 8 months I have not sold one plot. Just imagine if I have if I have failed and I said I was not going to try again. This billionaire you are seeing here, you wouldn't have seen him again. My story would have been a story. But now, I'm able to succeed because I did not give up. So don't give up even when you fail. Motivate yourself. Tell yourself that though I fail, I will stand up again, I will try again. Get people who will encourage you, not people who will discourage you. Have very good cycle who are people who are goal-driven also. People who have failed can tell you that I have failed in this, but this is what I can do. This is what you can do also. I hope that I have attempted to answer your question. Thank you. Thank you. Yes. All right then. Yes. Good evening. Okay. Okay. Yes, I did. Okay, one of the things you can do to build yourself is by reading books. By reading books, books would help you to be able to learn more. There are things you learn by books. There are things that are, buy books for yourself. Read them is one way. Two, learn from social media. Presently now, there are many tools on social media. The only thing is that you must just define your life so that you don't get distracted by many other things on social media. But if you check YouTube, you find a lot of resources about how to be a good salesperson. You find a lot of podcasts online. You find a lot of motivation online. There is nothing you need that is not online. And you must be deliberate. But the greatest question, one of the reasons why I see people don't grow is because they don't have a vision of what they want to become. You must be able to find a personal vision for your life. What do I want to become? What are the things that are required for me? If you join this team, I know that this company are intentional about building people. You can come and meet them and say, see, I want to be better. Any training that your company is organizing, I want to be part of it. When you are going for inspection, I want to be part of it. When you are doing this, please, I want to know. They will join you with somebody who will tutor you and mentor you. I am sure they have an opportunity for mentorship for those who want to grow. If you want to grow, join somebody who has been able to find his footing so that you will grow. So there are many things you can do to grow. Take courses online. There are many free courses. How to build your mind. This question, if you ask ChatGPT will give you answers. We even give you references. These are things you can also search online. Some of us have these phones, we have internet, we don't know what to use it to do. But if you must succeed, then you must be intentional about listening to YouTube videos, reading books. Invest in yourself. Be deliberate about yourself and you would succeed. Thank you very much. Good evening. Okay, thank you very much. One of the things I know about this company is that they are intentional. They don't just enter partnership to sell property for people who don't have credibility and have good titles. But it is important for you as a person, whatever property you are selling, you must be able to know and understand the root of title. You can ask people who know about this title. Let them educate you about it. Because if you don't know and ask questions about the title, how title in Lagos is being done, if you don't know, you cannot tell anything to the client. Very important. Secondly, is that you must also do your personal due diligence about the developer, about the product you are selling, so that you don't end up go and sell property that has a problem. Yes, people can be scammed, but it doesn't mean that the real does not exist. In fact, it is because the real exists and people will try to have its counterfeit, which is the scammed ones. So that is very common, but you will have to find out who is this person you are selling his product. How well has this person done his due diligence as far as this title is concerned, so that you don't push people into trouble, because your credibility and your integrity matters. So, and UVRG is a trusted partner you can always rely on, and you can always ask questions for clarity so that you will know. And it is when you know that you are able to communicate adequately and be able to convince your client that for this company, you've known them very well, they don't cheat people, they make sure they do their due diligence as regards the title before they even start marketing. And that is what you must be intentional about. You must tell yourself that, see, I will not sell any property that has issue. And you must ask questions. You must ask about credibility. The credibility of the developer must matter to you. And UVRG will not sell any property that has problem. And that is one thing I am certain. And that way you can be able to tell them, if they buy this one, they can go to sleep. I'm sure Hussaini can add more light to that and can tell you more about your title documents and how they go ahead doing partnership with other real estate developers. Is that clear? Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Hussaini. Yes, yes. Yeah. Yes. Yeah. Yes. Thank you very much, Hussaini. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Amen. Amen. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Sure. Thank you very much. Sure, sure, sure. Yeah, sure. No, I will always be available. Yes, sure. Thank you very much. She would hear. Thank you. Thank you. And my regards to your wife too. Thank you. Bye bye. All right. Thank you. All right then.